We're on the road. We're heading to Knoxville, Tennessee for a race that is 10,000 to win, but it's at 32 cars, so that's why we haven't talked about it yet. It's car count dependent. I don't want to scare anybody off. So, we drove about 5 hours last night, got some sleep on the side of a rest stop. That was very... Thank you for interrupting me, GoPro. Got some sleep on the side of a rest stop, and now we're on the road, but we are having a small issue. We ain't got no boost.
Nothing.
We ain't got no boostages. Well, we ain't got no boostages reporting. We obviously have boost, otherwise this thing wouldn't go down the road at all. We've been thinking we had a small problem, but hadn't been able to really confirm it. And now it has lost boost and is not coming back. So I think the map sensor died. We got a solution so far, which is in Knoxville, there is a Caterpillar sales and service. They are open today till noon. We're not scheduled to be in Knoxville until about 3:30, 4 o'clock. So I've actually messaged a couple of people that were trying to get us to go to Knoxville, assuming they're probably in Knoxville for this race. And sorry, it's getting dark in here for a second. I'm gonna see if they can run by and pick up the sensor. We already paid for it on the phone, and they've got a drop box, but we're gonna be cutting it kind of close on time, as we're trying to roll in about an hour before the driver's meeting. And if I got to go to the cat place before we go to the track, it would be probably push back about 30 minutes. But they do have a drop box outside that they can put the part in. So I am hopefully gonna find somebody to go grab that sucker for us. That way we can just be there at the track when we get there. But until then, I'm actually trying to find a flat blade screwdriver in the RV so that I can access the engine, because in our bathroom there's this panel right here above the motor, which is why it's louder back here now, because we're getting close to the motor. I'm gonna see if I can look at it while we're going down the road to see where the sensor is at, so I kind of get a idea of what we need to change it. Hopefully it's just right there and I can change it out in a couple minutes when we get the part finally. So I'm gonna put you on a more solid mount, and I'm gonna try not to fall out of this sucker while we're going down the road. Get all this stuff out of the way so that it gets sucked out. I'm gonna go find a dime or something to try to get these flat plates open. Well, something funny. So I went up there to grab Eric's multi-tool that he carries, because Eric's always prepared, much unlike me. And he said, did you touch it already? I was like, no. He's like, you must scare the crap out of it, because I didn't realize it came back up in the boost, because it's been off boost for about 30 minutes. And he's like, all of a sudden, he's like, I was catching up to semis going up the hill. I looked down, I was doing 84. I was like, oh gosh. So, all right, well, fingers crossed. I got all the loose stuff out of the way. I'm gonna toss these suckers up into the sink while we're going down the road. I've never opened this panel up, so I have no idea how this thing works. I feel safe enough that I can bring you down here for a second. All right, so I found a boost sensor. I touched the wires on it, and as soon as I touched it, I heard the turbo change pitches. So I think the cat map sensor has a sensor and a pigtail built on it. It's about, looks like it's 8 to 10 inches long. And the wiring's pulled extremely tight on it. So I'm guessing that just getting a loose connection in there. But it sounds like so far we're making pretty good boost. Or as soon as the PCM is able to read boost, it's able to modulate boost, so it turns the boost back up. We were also checking to see if engine brake function was working. If it was working or not, because it's been kind of questionable, so we weren't quite sure how it was set up. But here, I'll show you up close kind of where everything's at. Okay, and that's the engine view from the bathroom. All right, we made it safely in old skid mark. So after I jiggled the wires on the turbo outlet pressure sensor on the cat motor, we never had a boost loss again, and the RV ran better than it ever has, and we got the best tank of fuel so far. So a whole bunch of wins. Eric and I both noticed that when we're watching the boost gauge on the scanner, it doesn't react really fast. It probably averages about half a second worth of data points before it gives us a reading. So it's very possible we were getting signal noise from that loose connection on the map sensor, and that was messing with transmission shift tables, engine braking tables, and power delivery and fuel enrichment. So sweet. Hopefully going home we see a fantastic gain on mile per gallon, because we're gonna need to reduce some cost on this trip. Unfortunately, this race was car count based and was supposed to pay 5,000 at 16 and 10,000 at 32 cars. We figured with 710 Dragway being canceled, this would be a shoe-in for, like, 30 plus cars and make the payout. And as a rule of thumb, when we try to decide where we're going to go to race, we typically do a 1,000 to win per hour driven. So this trip is right about 12 hours, about 800 miles for us one way. And 10,000 was on the border of it, if it was going to make it or not, like if I was going to do it. But we got the car set for back at the track, and I felt like if we didn't try, then you can't win anything if you stay at home on the couch. I did unfortunately miss pumpkin patch day with the kiddos. Sad about that. And missed it with Megan, so sorry guys, I missed that. And I love all the pumpkins that they carved, and I got lots of pictures and they look fantastic. Anyways, we're getting called up to the lanes here pretty quick. We got to be up in the lanes in about 10 minutes. We have 15 cars for small tire, so they are paying up to 5,000 to win on that. And this guy got the buy. Look at that. So we've never been here on the back of the track. We've came out here one time for the tree side, and we did really well there, won that one, and that was in August of 24. We haven't been back since. So they've had some other events here at Knoxville that were interesting to us, but they conflicted with other dates or weather, kept us away. But we wanted to come out here at least once this year, and here we are. And get to see some fans that don't get to see us at other events, things like that. So we're doing that. We're hanging out, we're talking, we're selling stuff. And yeah, now we're gonna go up there and make a run on the back side. Never done that before here at this facility, and luckily we got the buy to do it, so we're already into round 2. So yes. All right, anyways, I am going to finish loading my tune in the car. I got that pulled out right now, and we need to get our pit lights up because sun's already over the trees, so it's already starting to get a little dark. So after this round, it's going to be pitch black over here in the pit if I don't turn some lights on. And we're going to get ready for that. So there is going to be some live music playing at the starting line. So there may be some clips may be done a little out of order. So just FYI if everything looks a little funky, because if we have music in the background, we lose all of our content monetization. And we count on that to help supplement trips like this where the expenditures are high. So, okay. Anyways, jump in the car. Got the new RC comps on there, looking fly, digging it. So we're pumped. We're excited to go make a pass. We did turn down a bit since it's our buy run, and this track's got kind of a tricky downhill section about 300 feet in. So I do not want to take flight over that, and we've been kind of toting the tire right around that zone. So we've made some changes based on that, and yeah, hopefully it stays down on the ground, planted, and can pull off a nice little run all together. So all right, well, we went really close to what I was figuring we'd probably go. I do think that I'm gonna have to hook up the big chute because the small one was a little sketch. So going downhill towards the starting line, there just isn't a whole lot of surface there and we start, you know, a few hundred feet in from the shutdown anyways. So the track's a little short. All right, well, we're gonna get turned around for round 2 and see who we get. All right, we're in the lanes for second round. It is 8:30 p.m. It's already getting pretty chilly, and it looks like the dew may be trying to sit in on some surfaces. So hopefully it's not the race surface. This round we have the white Mustang that took out Wes Snow in first round. So if he can take out Wes, he's going to be extremely tough competition for us. So, fingers crossed we can pull this off. All right. How's it going?
Pretty good, man. How are you?
Oh, you know, All right, that felt like a better run, and it was slightly better. 4 miles per hour. I'll tell you what, this track, this shit is short. I'm gonna switch to dual shoots. This is short. All right. Get this flipped around and get ready for round 3. First round, or semifinals are done. Battery's pretty dead on this thing, so it may cut me off. That felt a little messy up front, and then it felt good the rest of the way. And actually at 60 foot it about the same as it did last round, but it looked like I started losing increments in other areas. So the surface might be going away, or all the changes we did were negative. So we're going to go back and make an assessment call and get ready for the final, which I'm guessing will be against Witch Doctor, which I think everybody would like to see. So let's see what happens. Yeah, I'm heading up there now. Okay, so we just ran semifinals. We got a good wind there. I threw both chutes. We have plenty of braking power. The surface is getting pretty slick out there in the shutdown, because you shut down on the racetrack, and with the glue and stuff that's been down on there before, any moisture makes it super slick. Unfortunately, well, I'm sorry, not unfortunately, I have Witch Doctor in the finals for small tire, but unfortunately, I guess something just blew up and oiled down pretty much everything from the 330 on in the right hand lane, and they just called all drivers, so I almost guarantee you they're going to ask us to split, because it's like 10:30, 10:45, we're getting close to the dew point. Everything that has a flat surface is getting moisture on it, so by the time they get this cleaned up, it may be too moist to run on anyways, so we might be wrapping it up for the night. So I'll keep you on for the discussion minute up here, see what happens.
So they're talking whether they want.
Let's determine winner by draggies.
Whoa.
Showed up.
Are we talking low budget or small tire?
Small tire, I'm cool with that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Don't be sneaking like that behind me.
We could.
Most will start wearing your blue shorts.
Why?
You did great.
Oh, the blue shorts are fantastic. Yeah.
The red shorts?
Suck dick.
At least those. At least that pair. Get rid of them.
No joke. I don't know what pair I had on at Florida.
Right here.
I think I had gray on.
Get back to the video, you can find out.
Yeah, have to find out.
It might be the red.
Might be the red. Yeah. Yeah. I'll have to see which one, which shorts I have on in most winning videos.
Y'all do whatever you do. You just have to ask everybody else. It is what it is.
Y'all want to wait it out and run it and have a one-lane race, or you just want to go ahead and split the money? I mean,
I'm fine with it.
We can clean the track.
It's really bad.
But
I know.
There's
Gear
fluid
oil.
all the way
I
through
wrecked the last
there.
time I went through gear oil, but it wasn't the gear oil
So we're
fault.
gonna have to powder it, brush it. We're gonna have to actually put the washer on the other end of the track and wash that. So once we get it clean, then we're gonna have to drag it. But the problem is when we powder this end down here,
It's not
we're not gonna be able to get 100% of that powder off. So your
Yeah, it's
left
just like
lane's gonna be a hell of a
710.
lot
Yeah, I
better.
had one of the bigger dies out there a long time
We
ago.
can blow it off, but you
There's not
can't get
enough
all
money
the
on the line.
residue
Break
off.
your car.
it's
Nowhere close to
I mean,
that.
these guys made a little more
That
money.
5,000 still ain't enough to wreck your shit. Nowhere close.
No.
I already went through that shit.
It's a one-lane track.
It's definitely one lane track.
So we got 4 and low budget.
All right, so Devin and I decided that by the time it got cleaned up, the dew's gonna be setting in way worse, because we should be running right now, or have already ran by now. So since it's not a lot of money, it feels like 20 grand or something, maybe go out there and risk our stuff. But since it was like 5 to split, I mean, by the time you figure out a winner on 5 with a split, I mean, there's not like $1,000 between the difference between the two, to be honest. So not really worth the risk of hitting anything. So we're going to pull the cars up, do a little photo shoot real quick, and then we're gonna load up and probably sleep for tonight. Oh gosh, it is way dark here. Probably sleep for tonight, and then we'll roll on home tomorrow, and hopefully old skid mark here gives us no fits, drives home, and sets like a new record mile per gallon for us. That'd be great. That'd be some good news for the weekend. So other than that, we came out, Devin and I compared draggies, and it was gonna be a good race, but I think I had, well, the numbers say I had an edge. So if I didn't sleep on the light, then things would have unfolded in a direction that was probably going to be our favor. But if you would have got the light on me, I would not have caught him. So it was going to be a good race. We were making a little changes for it for the finals to see if we can drop under a 10th or so. I think the car's got it in it for sure. You know, Eric and I, we told each other earlier this year to not get comfortable when we're racing. A lot of times when we get comfortable, we stop trying to advance ourselves, and when we do that, we end up getting beat. So we have started to try to strive every round to find an improvement, and we've been doing a really good job of that at a lot of these last couple races, finding improvements round after round and moving forward. So finding out what tweaks are working best in what conditions, and you know, keeping them noted, and then using that in our repertoire as we come somewhere else, somewhere new, or repeat somewhere we've already been. We know what to look for. So it's important to keep all that information. So other than that, good night. It's like 11 o'clock right now. You can see my breath. I don't know if you can tell in the car, but you can start to see some of the dew building up on the car, and it's underneath the canopy. So once we roll it outside of the canopy, this thing's gonna suck up moisture like crazy once it cools down. So, all right. You all have a wonderful night, wonderful evening. Adios. I'm gonna walk off into the darkness as a black silhouette. Wow.